I mean, good in what way? Michael Jordan. Good morning. It is President's Day. Or Donald Trump would think, this is my day. They named this after me because, hello, President. You know this? Remember Pam Bondi when in that first that first scrum in the cabinet room when she's like, President, I think you're doing, not Mr. President, just President, I think you're doing great. You're the best. I don't know if you're on the West Coast. Where are you? If you're on the West Coast, like Lisa lives in Santa Monica. Good morning. It is going to rain for hard. We have multiple storm systems are set to slam the Pacific coast this week. Heavy rain, flooding, it's all coming our way. I don't know. We used to have like a drought problem in California. I don't know. Not anymore. Winter weather alerts in effect all across parts of Cali, Nevada, Oregon. 2 systems in the coming days. Meanwhile, some of the scientists out there are raising concerns after Trump announced plans to remove a key supercomputer from the National Center for Atmospheric Research. I don't know why, but Trump has a real thing for the weather. It's Trump versus the weather. He's like, Trump hates the weather. He hates any talk of climate, change or warming, global warming. He goes crazy. And he's just it's just a little personal spat with the weather. So Trump announces plans to remove a very important supercomputer that the National Center for Atmospheric Research depends upon. They view that the center has, as a source of climate change, alarmism, like always sounding in the alarm. Even as researchers say, it benefits the American people by leading to more accurate forecasts. I don't know. I happen to like to watch the weather. Anyway, we're losing our supercomputer because you know what? It's all alarmism. It's all made up. Get an umbrella. Trump says, get an umbrella. Okay. All right. I don't know. Why so much disdain for the weather? That's a nice color on you, Billy. This is a cozy sweater, and my it's actually not that cozy. It's actually a little on the scratchy side, but I love the color. It's not a cashmere. But my niece was wearing it this summer. We were out on a sale, and my niece, Anna, was wearing this cozy big dad sweater. And I said, oh my God, I'm freezing. I want that. And she's like, buy it from me.
Did the rain have anything to do with your look today? I think I went this because of rain, colder weather.
No, normally you'd wear a rain jacket. This thing is, this is a sweater, and it's the worst thing you can wear in the rain. Okay. God, good morning from NorCal, as they say. There's just Lori. As he grabs his man boobies. These are not boobies. These are strong pectoral muscles. I've shown you my calves. Do not make me show you my pecs. My pecs are in order right now. But I do have just a little spare tire there. It's impossible. You have to decide if you want that tire gone, that you're either going to load up on so many hormone things that you don't know what's going on. And you get that neck thing, that some guys get. You can see their forearms and they're kind of like overly like roided. Or you just got to live with it if you're going to have some fun in life. Good morning from Alberta. Hello, my the Canadians. Did you cheat in curling? Did you cheat in curling? According to Jans, Fritz Hugenslugen from the Swedish team, you cheated in the curling. You touched that rock when you shouldn't have touched it. Or something like that. I don't know. We're going to find out exactly what happened, yeah? Oh, look at them. Look at them. Yeah, see? Look. Right there. He touched it before it had crossed the line.
There it is.
That's cheating. Allegedly, you can't do that. How does it, I mean, did it make any difference with a very heavy stone like that? I don't know. But the Canadians, you know what? Right now, you guys, your stock is up. Trump has been very mean to you. Your stock is up here. And this is not the time to go and blow it by touching the stone early. Oh, got it on tape. Yeah. Oh, Debbie right there. You know, oh my God, look at here comes the mob. Here comes the mob beating up Canada. Oh my God, keep your fingers to yourself. No, he fingered the stone. You cannot finger the stone. Oh, Canada. Oh my God, are they in trouble? It's terrible. Can't touch the heavy stone thingy. Can't do it. Want to do it. Want to do it. Can't do it. He was romancing the stone. Yeah, not cheating. He was romancing the stone. By the way, speaking of romancing, there's a lot of shit. Let's hang on to it for a second. But have you guys seen the Michael Jordan thing? The video of Michael Jordan after his car racing team won the Daytona 500. Okay. Should we do it? Oh, we'll do it now. Yeah. People don't understand what's going on. The kid seems to know Michael pretty well. And yet he's pinching his back right there. That's not so bad. But then he's scratching the bottom of his legs. People say grabbing his butt. He's not grabbing his butt. He goes above the butt and below the butt.
Oh, wait, okay.
But don't people love to the internet loves outrage. So it will fit a square peg into a round hole when it needs to for the sake of the latest outrage. What's incredible is that Michael Jordan has avoided outrage and has avoided scandal his entire life. He's always been given the benefit of the doubt. We love our heroes, and Air Jordan is a major hero. It is weird. I'm not saying, who cares, but I'm sure there's a backstory to it. So just calm down before you go and annihilate Michael Jordan. Okay? I'm guessing that the father is going to speak today of that boy and say, Jesus, that's his Uncle Mikey. Screw off. He's the greatest guy in the world and my son adores him. I don't know. It's the other Big Mike on the E list that we're talking about. Michael who? Who's the other Big Mike on that? By the way, Mike Epstein? No. Steve, it's Jeffrey Epstein. At this point, hold on. Okay, wait, look at this. I don't give a fuck. Don't touch children. Well, we already, do not touch children. Wait for the story, though. Wait for the story of what that is before Michael Jordan becomes the latest, whatever you want to, starts with a P. I can't even say the word. I'll probably get kicked off the internet. Let's hear what the family has to say. For example, I'll be talking about the Epstein files at 10 o'clock this morning, Pacific time, 1 Eastern, hot mics. Casey Wasserman I have a lot of people who know Casey. And he's one of the major fall guys in the Epstein file. The general counsel at Goldman Sachs, is it Catherine Reimler? She is stepping down due to her associations. And Casey Wasserman has to sell his talent agency here in LA for his association back in 2003. By the way, I'm going to break that down for you. It is absolutely unfair. It is crazy what they're doing to Casey Wasserman. And I can tell you, I come from an experience. He is the Billy Bush of 2016. Casey Wasserman is that guy right now. And I know what it feels like to have a long time, way back in the past association come back And it was like not a hidden association. It's on NBC every single night. And anyway, I will make that case at 10 o'clock this morning, and I will make it vehemently, because I don't hold back when it comes to this shit anymore. Anyway, why is he being forced to sell? Well, Joy, we will answer that question at 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 Eastern. It's, in short, people like Chappell Roan and other such, Abby Wambach, the soccer player, and other different athletes and musicians, and mostly people you've never heard of, taking a stance. A lot of people like to see, take an issue, and you go with the widely held opinion, and you make a forceful stand on that widely held opinion, which takes zero courage at all. It's taking the stand when it's, the court of public opinion is over here out of safety. Staking out that ground is what takes balls, which I will do at 10 o'clock because I don't care. But look, yeah, and on the Michael Jordan thing, I want to hear about that. I want to hear what he has to say. And he might, if I know Michael Jordan, not going to say anything. I did meet Michael Jordan loves to gamble on the golf course, and I met him at a club up in Idaho in the summer one time, and he was sitting up there with Dwight Freeney, the defensive tackle for the defensive end for the Indianapolis Colts. He and Freeney are good buddies, and Michael, he had like a duffel bag of cash. He was betting huge amounts of cash on the golf course. And I go out and I'll bet like, $100 maybe, but I'm not getting into big money games. But I decided to walk up and I said, hey, Mike. And he goes, what's up, Billy boy? And I said, Mike, I got to tell you, I don't know what I'm doing up here. This place is so cheap. I cannot find a good money game anywhere up in this place. They all play for peanuts. He goes, whoa, come here. What are we talking about? I said, I'm just kidding. His ears went right up. This guy makes $100 million a year, 120, just in kickoffs from the Air Jordan, just residuals and royalties from Nike Air. Just that. Okay? And you see his jet on the tarmac, you know what I'm talking about. Ooh, is that thing beautiful. Okay. Michael Jordan is innocent of anything inappropriate, for crying out loud. We like our heroes, but, we're in this period where we're taking down all kinds of people except the ones that need to be taken down. How, you know what I'm saying? Like, aren't we missing a couple of big ones? Really big ones? Now the left is going after MJ. I don't know. Okay. And by the way, it's a sensitive time. No kidding, right? I mean, we are dealing. Billy, don't worry. I will get you a shampoo sponsor. Joy, it's remember, Howie Mandel has a shampoo sponsor, and I don't. This is the world we live in. You want to talk about unfair? That's right there. The most unfair thing you're ever going to hear. But, yeah, it's a sensitive time, right? We're talking about children right now. The Epstein Files is about children. So we are on edge about anything about children. And I'm also going to get into why I think the depths of the Epstein, we're not able to mentally go to where the Epstein Files actually takes us. So there's a bit of, it's not malaise. It's like self-preservation. I can't go to where this thing actually goes. If I actually go there, I'm sick to my stomach. I don't know what to do. Here's an update on the personal front. Is your daughter home? Yes, she's well. She's back at college and has headaches to deal with for the next several months, but she is home. And I was just with her yesterday For those who don't know, she fell off one of those electric lime scooters you stand on and drive around all over the streets of big cities without helmets. And she fell off the back with a friend of hers who was on it. They were double riding, completely self-inflicted wound here. I mean, dumb as can be. Yeah. What we've all done it. I sure have. And she fell down and hit her head really badly, but she is okay. Thank you so much for asking. Valentine's Day. Did everybody get some chocolates or some flowers? I spoke to, I got a call from Steve's neighbor who said, holy shit, it sounded like there was the sounds emanating from Steve's house. I know you're close to Steve. Can you check in on him? It sounds like hurricane, like screen doors slamming in a hurricane over there. And it's coming directly from the master suite. I said, no. He and his wife love Valentine's Day. They're good.
Oh, God, that's good, Bill. We watched Marty Supreme on Valentine's Day, and I took my daughters to a movie. That's what I did. But
it's not what I heard. Not what I heard from your neighbor.
Maybe there was some. It was a good night after all that.
Hang on, Bessie. Here we go. That's what I heard. I heard that there was a lot of noise coming from there. That's all right. I went to one of LA's schmancy pantsy restaurants. We went to Giorgio Baldi, the Italian eatery down by about half a block from the Pacific Coast Highway in Santa Monica. And I walked in. I like it early. You know, we did a 6:30 reservation. And I said, and I noticed as I look from the course, it's packed. It's packed. They probably did 3 seatings that night. I looked around the room and I said, Allie, I think I'm the most famous guy in the room. It's LA. It's one of the hottest places.
Most famous.
I think I'm the most famous guy in the room. Right now, I feel badly for everybody in this place because all they get is Billy Bush. The people who waited and booked this 2 months ago for their Valentine's Day, we're going to have a Valentine's and we're going to see famous people and it's going to be fun. And all they got was Billy Bush, the most famous guy in the room. Didn't last long. I quickly plunged to number 5. Shall we name drop? Let's name drop.
Wait, you went to quickly.
Quickly. They just started to come. I was like, whoa, oh, okay. All right. Shit. Here I am at number 5. But I was very happy for the people inside the restaurant. They got upgraded. I would say the most famous guy by the time we walked out was Jamie Foxx. Jamie's been wearing this, the man in the yellow hat, Curious George. Hey, see, this very big, odd. It's not a cowboy hat, and it's not, I don't know what it is, but he was working the room, hitting people. Hey, Fox was no signs of any kind of holdover from his stroke. He was on fire, hitting the room. Second was Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray was in there, prize fighter. Sugar Ray and his wife Bernadette, they were in the room. Let's see. Rupert Murdoch comes in, sitting Roop comes in. The Roop is on fire. Roop comes in. He's 96 years old. He's got the cane going. He's leaning on the cane as he walks in, but you can see mentally sharp as can be. Pulls out his phone, sends a few texts. He and his wife are there in the corner table for 2. There are Valentine's balloons all over the ceiling. That puts me now in 4th position. I get knocked down by Rupert. And
you're tumbling, Billy. You're like,
I'm not. Wait. Then there's more. Hang on. Then Pretty Little Liars. My girls say that I'm definitely not more famous or recognizable than this girl, Ashley Benson, who is married to billionaire scion Brandon Davis in town. She used to date Cara Delevingne, so she was in the lady pond, and then she went over. They were there, and so that knocked me down to 5. I will say I'm putting myself ahead of Detroit Pistons owner and billionaire Alec Goris. Alec has
sure.
had many successes in life, and he was definitely chit-chatting, or I don't know if he was welcome to do it, but he kept chatting with Rupert Murdoch. He kept like moving in on Rupe. But I know Alec. Others know Alec in town, but nationally speaking, I'm definitely more recognizable and famous than Alec. So goodbye. Okay. Sorry, buddy. It was funny. Anyway, a lot
My
of
big
fun.
thing is you said you like an early dinner. So all these people were doing the early dinner on Valentine's Day?
These are, well, no, I mean, I started at 6:30. Do you think I left at 6:40? No, I stayed for an hour. I left at 7:30 though. I do not, there was no lingering because we wanted to get home and watch Love Story, the John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette series by Ryan Murphy, which dropped on Hulu Thursday night. They dropped the first 3 episodes. Okay, there's controversy. Have you guys seen this? It's out there. I don't know if anyone started it, but these are the Paul Anthony Kelly on the left right there playing JFK Jr. And that's Sarah Pidgeon who plays Carolyn Bessette. There is controversy over the series. Nobody affiliated with the production wants to talk. I texted back and forth with one of the executive producers over the weekend. I'm like, come on, people are talking about it. Let's go. They don't want to touch it. They've got it out there, and there's controversy because the family wasn't consulted. Jack Schlossberg, who is the son of Caroline Kennedy, JFK Jr.'s nephew. He's a young guy running for Congress in New York now, but Jack Schlossberg is pissed, called it grotesque, exploitative. By the way, he said this before it even premiered. But he's mad that they didn't consult the family and that they're profiting off this. He thinks some of the money should be going to some of the causes that JFK Jr. liked. Put those pictures back up. I want to just talk about for a second how unbelievably hot these two are together. Let me give you as we keep these pictures up and rotate them, let me say the pros of this series. It's a compelling story. Right? This is one of those relationships that was ripped from us. He died at 38. She was 33. I mean, in their prime. So unbelievably sexy, these two. It's a naturally dramatic, tragic story. As the series goes, it gets better, right? It begins with them arriving to the airport in New Jersey to take off on the small plane piloted by JFK Jr. to go to a wedding up in Martha's Vineyard. And so it begins with the plane taking off, and then it goes back to their story, how they met. It's compelling. It gets stronger as it gets a little bit darker. Paul Anthony Kelly and Sarah Pidgeon are great. They're good at showing that the marriage, the stresses of the marriage under public pressure, even meeting each other, how stressful that was. This guy gets how JFK used to ride. Look, JFK Jr. used to ride his bicycle all over New York City. He wore his hats backward. He was a total, honestly, all man, great looking. He was physically fit. He was athletic. He was masculine, right? And she was plucked out of a Calvin Klein in the Boston area. She was folding sweaters, and they saw her. Someone from corporate happened to be in the Calvin Klein store and was like, oh my God, this girl is so chic. And they brought her down, and she rose up through the ranks of Calvin Klein, friends with Calvin, became really close with Calvin's wife, Kelly Klein, who was married to a gay man. And she became their, big PR agent. And, through these society parties or whatever, their eyes lock, and she meets JFK Jr. He was an Adonis. God, he was. I just think about it's just one more example with the Kennedy family, right? They had everything and nothing. They have so much incredible loss and tragedy. And this one, their story is long overdue. So it's glossy, stylish. It's very well done. Ryan Murphy knows how to do these. The filming is excellent. Allie wanted to watch this because Allie was a very young PR agent for Dolce and Gabbana, my Allie. So she has and when she was young, 13, 14, she would sneak out and like go to these little parties and she, thank God she's okay in New York, but she would see Carolyn Bessette and John F. Kennedy Jr. out all the time when she was young, and they were in this moment falling in love. I mean, they're just, but Carolyn Bessette, for anyone who loves fashion and loves fashion houses and all this, like she's an icon to all kinds of women. And that's why there was this uproar when the series was being made that they weren't being truthful to her fashion, to her hair, they were trying to like put a Zara coat on her. And the fashionistas and the insiders went crazy and they said, no. What the hell is going on? And so the production had to go back and consult, original people who styled her back in the day, and they got it right. They went back and they reshot a bunch of stuff and they repulled a bunch of stuff and they got it right. People didn't realize how stuck to the nerve ending Carolyn Bessette is. I worked on the same floor as JFK Jr. in DC. Damn, he was good looking, says Kel. Yeah. The fact that they found this actor, they looked at 1,000 tapes for the actor to play John F. Kennedy Jr., and they find this guy. He's a relative unknown. Paul Anthony Kelly. I mean, and he gets the mouth right, like kind of JFK had this little thing, kind of talk like this a little bit. He gets his cadence perfectly. Now, a lot of people, most critics and fans alike are sold on Paul Anthony Kelly. Most people are pleased with Sarah Pigeon, but I think, when it comes to women, I don't know. Everyone becomes cattier, but I thought she was excellent. Sarah, you have my support. And she's still going. I'm only 3 episodes in. That's all they put out. Now, Naomi Watts plays Jackie O. She looks nothing like Jackie O. Jackie O had a small little chin and a kind of an angular little nose, and Naomi has the olive oil nose. So in the other cases, you've got people looking like people. Calvin Klein, whatever. There's an Italian actor that plays Calvin Klein, looks like Calvin. JFK Jr., the biggest one. Bang. Carolyn Bessette, pretty good for Sarah Pigeon. But Ryan Murphy and Naomi Watts have that Scorsese-DiCaprio relationship. They just love each other, and this would be their 4th series together. And people are split. Honestly, some people say Naomi's impersonation of Jackie O was distracting, like Brad Pitt in Meet Joe Black, like, oh, please stop doing the accent, stop it. And other people are saying it's like country music, love it or hate it. Other people are saying this is Emmy worthy. She's going to win the Emmy for this, including everybody in the production. The young kid who wrote this series and produced it, Connor Hines, said like, oh my God, her voice is like on point. And Jackie, but just a little more, that sort of affected thing, that sort of, John, who are you in love with? I just don't understand why you don't find a nice girl, darling. It was distracting to me. I have to say it. And I love her. She's unbelievable. But darling, I'm just sort of smoking on the fireplace and it just makes Jackie look soft. Just the softest, most pampered Belgian loafer wearing. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't see her as that soft. I don't know. I thought it was too much. It was breathless. Yeah. Breathless. But even in its breathlessness, the woman has crazy ass talent. I just think any situation like this, you underplay it. I don't know. Compelling story, dramatic, tragic, builds as it goes. The leads have great chemistry together. It's a definite must see. I'm telling you to see it. Now, the cons. It starts slow. Like I said, needs to be a little more gripping, I think, from the beginning. Some say it lacks depth. Feels like a Wikipedia dramatization rather than emotional storytelling. Slightly unclear point of view. And again, the Kennedy family went bonkers on it. Billy, what did you think about the actress who played? Oh my God, great question. What did you think about the actress who played Daryl Hannah? The actress's name is Dree Hemingway. Muriel Hemingway's daughter, I believe. That's Dree Hemingway right there in the role of Daryl Hannah, because JFK Jr. and Daryl Hannah had this long-term on and off relationship. They lived together in a loft in New York. And Daryl Hannah herself is going to be furious at her portrayal in this series. They play her as annoying, as totally affected, and dumb. I mean, every time Daryl Hannah comes on the screen, you're like, God, run from this woman, which isn't fair to Daryl Hannah because he took the longest time ever running from her. So she will be re-injured. She obviously was destroyed when he died. She was destroyed when he left and ultimately broke up with her and went on to Carolyn Bessette. Injured again, of course, when he died. And now at this portrayal of her is they make her seem dumb. Total airhead. And they say Jackie O hated Daryl Hannah. Well, in the series, it's faithful to that Jackie O did not like Daryl Hannah. And that is made very clear. In fact, there's a scene when Jackie dies at the funeral, Daryl shows up. She just flies in from LA like, oh my God, I'm here. And with her like flowy gowns and whatever, and comes in, and JFK Jr. is like, what are you doing here? We haven't spoken in months. I know, but I love you. And it's important to me. I came soon as I heard. And he's like, yeah, just get. And that's kind of where it falls apart.
Bill, can I throw something up here for you?
Sure.
Someone wants to say hi to you here.
Okay.
I'm going to get you all riled. Here we go. Yeah, they were.
Can I just ask, who gives Meghan and Harry tickets to every major marquee American sporting event that they don't care about? He maybe mildly cares about the NBA All-Star game. There they are in the front row alongside whatever, the biggest stars in the world. Barack Obama and Michelle haven't been seen since, Trump put their faces on a couple of apes. They were there. It's always Jay-Z or whatever. And here's Harry and Meghan. Like, why is it that every owner of every team is like, hey, let's give them $10,000 seats in the front row? They are not paying for those seats. But they do know that Billy Bush will talk about only those two and show no other pictures of anyone else. And Trump said, all press is good press, even if you're getting destroyed.
Yeah.
There they are. I will say this, as I always do, Meghan looked very chic in all royal blue. She's beautiful. She is.
I said, yeah.
She is a beautiful, beautiful woman, and there's no two ways around
I agree.
that.
Absolutely.
If I had a skin cream, company or whatever, I I would like to have her wear it and take credit for her skin. Okay. But there they are, America's freeloaders, freeloading away, front row at the NBA All-Star Game. God darn it. It just drives me up a wall. Back to the drama a little bit here. Donna Bowling has someone who keeps giving her candles that Meghan's company makes, and neither of them have a wick. They're like $50 a piece. Well, the report is that Netflix has a giant closet full of as ever candles that did not sell, and jam. So there's like a Meghan giveaway closet in there. I'd like to be sent some things. Netflix, send me some of Meghan's stuff. We'll all give them to all of you. And then maybe we'll love them. Remember what Gwyneth Paltrow did when her candles weren't selling at Goop? She took a regular candle that wasn't selling and made a new box. And on the box, it said, "This candle smells like my vagina." And she put them back on the shelf. And what happened? They sold out immediately. It's all a marketing ruse. Here's another example. You know that the kids all love to fire down, or did, Fireball, the cinnamon whiskey shot. Fireball. You know what Fireball is? Fireball is an old cinnamon whiskey that used to sit on the top shelf of every bar collecting dust, called Dr. McGillicuddy's. I don't know if you've ever seen Dr. McGillicuddy's, but it's an old cinnamon whiskey that nobody cared about. And someone was smart enough over at Diageo or wherever it is, and they took a taste and said, you know what? I think this thing has a whole new life. We're moving no units here. They changed the bottle. They changed the label. They call it Fireball. They put it out to all the young city college bars. Boom, it takes off, and Fireball becomes a multi-billion-dollar brand. Okay? Fireball is a gas station whiskey right there. No, it's not for me, but Goldschlager was the 80s Fireball, but better. Great call. Peppermint Schnapps, Goldschlager. And don't forget that dog shit, Jägermeister. Oh, my God. It was like cough syrup and Goldschlager equals Jägermeister. I've had a Fireball or two. Yeah, I have too. This morning. Dr. McGillicuddy's had a peach schnapps too. Wow. Yuck is exactly right. Yeah, Jaeger tasted like cough syrup. No question. Just disgusting. Oh, the gold flecks that came in the pepper. I mean, in the Goldschlager, there were gold little flecks in there.
Do you remember Purple Passion that came and went in the 80s?
Do not remember that at all.
Oh, it was like grape soda, but alcohol in it. Purple Passion.
Really?
Yeah, probably a very East Coast Boston thing.
All right. What's the story with Sweden's Ebba Andersson? Okay, this fall was the second fall of the race of the Olympics for. Oh, you know what I can't. The sadness of the Olympics, it truly is and I guess it adds to the drama, but you look like an Ilya Milanin, the great figure skater. You get 4 years to build up to one moment. You know, I mean, all the world championships and the World Cup, all these things, you know, most of us don't know about those. We're not like figure skating fans outside of 2 weeks every 2 years. That's when we all become experts. Oh my God. Did you see Ilya? Oh my God. His triple quad loop was incredible into the Lutz. Did you see the Lutz he did? Oh my God. His Lutz. Oh my God. And then the backflip. But that's just 2 weeks a year. I mean, I was literally sitting out with my lawyer and one of my best buddies, Bob, and he's watching this. And Bob is waxing poetic like he knows everything about the Olympics. He's like, oh my God. You're not going to believe the quad god, the triple quad loop, you know, triple boop that he did. And, right? But 4 years, like every 4 years, they train for one moment. Now, Ilya Milanin, whatever, had that amazing skate in the short program. It was one of the best ever. But a runaway favorite to win. I used to be an ice dancer. You go, Redondo. I bet you did. Blades of glory. But it's just sad that it all, like, you know, it's the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. And the Olympics is, you know, glaring lens on that. Anyway, that poor woman right there, down she goes. Then there's the guy in the men's cross country, whatever they call it, running uphill. He ran an under a sub 6-minute mile on skis uphill. I'm telling you, these Norwegians and these Swedish, they are just healthy and strong people. Used to be an ice dancer. Oh, yeah? You know, Tommy, my hair guy, still does everybody's hair over at Access Hollywood, but Tommy still does ever since I haven't been in Access Hollywood in 10 years. And Tommy still cuts my hair. No one's ever cut my hair but Tommy. And you know what? Tommy was in the Ice Capades. Remember Ice Capades? Ice Capades. Tommy is from a little town way north of Toronto. And, oh, yeah. Does the strip dancing count? In my mind, I was a strip dancer. Does that count? Joy, if you have any old footage,
That's gotta go.
I got to say it. We would really love to see you strip dancing, sweetie. Okay? Strip dancer counts. I figure skated from 3 to 16. Every day, before school, after school, 5 days a week, all summer. I still dream about skating, and I still skate. Boy, I saw some footage of Oksana Bayul, who's a different woman now. She's but still has every move. She is absolutely graceful on the skates. Okay? Yeah. Oh my God, Dick Button. Dick Button. Do I remember Dick Button? When I worked for NBC, I in Access Hollywood, I've covered every Olympic game since 2004 in Athens with Steve. Steve's been with me. We did Athens. That was my first Athens for me, Summer Games, but then covered every single one until 2000, through 2016 Rio. And God, I love winter games way more than the summer games. Always more fun. I love the skating. I love the hockey. I love the curling. I love it all.
Bill, we did Dick at most of the winter games.
That's what I'm saying.
I remember Vancouver, yeah.
Always interviewed Dick Button 4 or 5 times during the games, always after great performances. And my father knew Dick Button from back in the days, which always made me wonder about my dad, honestly, just a little bit. He was very close. Oh, Nancy Kerrigan, we loved her. Anyway, here's what's coming. Oh, this just in, little news. Not just in. I forgot to mention, Turning Point USA, the Kid Rock halftime show. They tried to say that there were 20 million people watching on YouTube and then other metrics. There were 5.2 million people watching live on YouTube. The Puppy Bowl drew 15.3. So the Puppy Bowl beat the shit out of Kid Rock, 15.3 to 5.2. A 3-1 beatdown by puppies of Kid Rock in his jorts. Okay? Yeah. Now, your Turning Point USA, Charlie would not have lied. He would not have lied. His PR department would not have lied. Don't lie in his absence. Okay? So, here's what's going on today. Hot Mics will be happening at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 Pacific. We're going to have a vehement defense of Casey Wasserman, who may not be the most perfect person, but he is definitely a fall guy in this Epstein Files stuff. People are outraged, they're mad, and they're scrambling. And so they shoot the nearest, guy that might be, connected. And I know this feeling. It happened to me in 2016. They wanted Donald Trump. NBC News wanted Donald Trump. I was an easy kill standing right there. Bang. And they never got Donald Trump. And in this case, you're not going to get Donald Trump, or that's the feeling, but let's just shoot Casey Wasserman. Interestingly enough, he is the chairman of the LA 28 committee to bring the Olympics here, in Summer Olympics in 2028. They stood by him. They looked at evidence. They did an investigation. They stood by him. He will keep that position while losing his company. Anyway, got thoughts on that. Got the latest on Nancy Guthrie and that situation. We will get into where is Nancy Guthrie. I believe there's good news coming. I believe this week, I believe Wednesday, something good is coming. I've not given up hope on that front. We'll do that. And then, as it pertains to the Epstein files, we've got a special guest who has viewed all 2,000 videos that they tried to bury deep within the files and make impossible to see. She has gone through all of them. So she will be our guest. Her name is Tanya Lukianova. That's going down 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific. Hot Mics today. Live. Get in that comment section. They may be about, unless the news takes us in a different direction, but on this JFK Jr., Carolyn Bessette relationship and series, give it a watch if you got nothing going on tonight. End of your long weekend. It's on Hulu. I think it's pretty good. Okay. Let's rock, Steve. We got a busy morning, yeah? Darling, get rid of that awful down. What is this? His key card didn't work anymore.